Welcome back again in speaking session. In today's video, we will talk about what is grapevine or informal communication. In easy wording, you can say that grapevine is a rumor mills are called informal communication. Informal communication means when you talk with someone in different topics, when you talk casually with others, then you can say that it is grapevine. It happen most of the time in any organization, any job. It can be a discussion of employees. It can be discussion of employees family matters. So it is very speedy, but it is inaccurate communication. Most of the people in office, when they have a spare time, they try to talk with their friends, with colleagues and other fellows that are the part of the office. So if they will share their ideas, if they will share their opinion about personal matters, informal communication happen most of the time in your daily life, because without informal communication you can't communicate well. There are two forms of communication: formal communication and informal communication, but most of the occasions there will be informal communication, particularly when students talk each other in college, schools or universities. Then they try to talk in informal ways. They try to talk in different matters. The matters can be from personal life, the matter from examination, the matter can be from different perspective that are familiar for you. So these are the different things you should keep in mind. Wine usually happen in your life. In when you talk about your conversation, then there will be 80% of your conversation it is informal communication. And most of the occasions, like in office, in company, in any organization, you have to meet so many people, you have to talk so many people, you have to communicate so many peoples, but you talk in formal ways. The time you try to talk in formal ways, but if you will talk about casual things, like if you are sitting somewhere, if you are sitting in coffee shop, in any kind of restaurant, then what you have to do, then you try to talk in informal ways. And your major portion, your major communication happen in your daily conversation, it is informal ways. If you want to improve your communication skills, if you think that I have to talk too much with others, if you think that I have a more confidence about my conversation, about my perspective, then you shouldn't think that it is formal communication or informal communication. If you will think like this, then there will be no vocabulary exist for you, there will be no vocabulary in your mind, there will be no ideas, there will be no sentence structures. If you will think on it, I first prepare myself about formal communication, after this I will try to conversate with someone, then it's your wrong perception. So keep away, far away from these kinds of habits. And if you have a chance to talk someone, then you should keep in mind your informal communication is also matters in your life. Most of the occasion, most of the celebrations, you meet someone, meet lot of people, you meet first time in their life, then what's your strategies? You have a strong communication skill. I have to talk in formal ways, but it's your wrong perception, it's your wrong ideas. Then what you have to do, you have to try to conversate in informal ways. So informal communication is also very important as compared to formal communication. Both of the communication are very important, but informal is very important for your casual talking, for your ordinary talking, for your sharing your ideas with anybody. So it's a part of your communication. Grapevine is a very popular form of communication when you try to talk with your boss, with your subordinates, with your seniors, with your juniors. Then most of the time you try to conversate in informal ways. Because if there will be your personal matters, if there will be your domestics matters, then what your mentality have, you try to share with others without delaying yourself. If you have a spare time, if you have a free time during your office hours, then what's your mentality have, you think that I have to share my idea. Informal communication is very popular form of communication, and you should think that you should tend to absorb yourself in informal communication. You will waste your time with the thinking that I make a mind for formal communication. After this, I will try to conversate with others in informal ways. Then it's your wrong predictions. So what you have to do in your daily life, you have to meet so many people. You have to touch with people's for communication. Then if you think that I have no proper wording, I have no proper vocabulary for formal communication, then you have to use informal communication for your exchanging your ideas, for delivering your message, for giving your authentic information to receivers. Then you can use informal communication. It's a very important, it's a need of present society. It's a very predictable during your communication. If you want to improve your communication skill, then you should use informal communication along with formal communication. So there are four basic forms of informal or grapevine communication. So let's discuss these four kinds of informal communication. First one is single chain, second one is Gauss-Piece or star chain, third one is cluster chain, fourth one is probability. So these are the four basic kinds of grapevine or informal communication. So let's discuss in depth what are the what are the explanation of informal kind. First main kind of informal communication or grapevine, it is single chain. In single chain, what is happening, in which there will be lot of people, like if someone share information or exchange information, for example exchange information to B and B share and exchange information to C, then there will be recall of the concerned discussion or concerned conversation. Then you can say that it is a single chain. In single chain there will be multiple peoples, like there will be A, there will be B, there will be C. A transfer information to B, B transfer information to C, and C transfer information to A again. So it is a single chain communication. It is a single grapevine communication, and in which there will be lot of people. And second main important is Gauss-Piece or star chain. In star chain there will be no need of particular persons, like there will be A, there will be B, there will be C, and there will be D. So it is not authentic, it is not need of any conversation. You can share your information to anybody, like you can share your information to B, you can share information to D. Suppose you are A and you want to share information to D, then it is a Gauss-Piece or star chains. Like you can directly share information to D without delaying your time, without delaying yourself, without wasting your time. You can exchange your ideas with D without waiting A or B. So it's a very authentic kind of grapevine as compared to single chain. So it is a main kind of informal communication. Cluster chain. Cluster chain means specific person, like you have to share information to particular person, nominated person. That person is nominated from your boss or your supervisor, then you have to share your information. Like if you are a manager of any company, then you have to share your information that body he or she is working under your supervision. So it is a specific person, it is a unique person, it is a particular person. It is a kind of grapevine or informal communication in which you have to share information in cluster ways, like in a particular way, in a specific way.